What did Jack do? David Lynch. This is the first and only David Lynch thing I have ever seen. I have not seen Mulholland Drive. I have not seen any of the Twin Peakses, which I do need to get into. That's kind of my New Year's resolution for next year. What did Jack do is a short film by him, which is very fun. It's just 17 minutes. It's on Netflix. Check it out. The Revenant. I watched this on TV with my dad. Okay, at this point, I'll skip anything, even if it's a good film that I don't have anything special to say about. But now I think I'll just mention stuff that stands out as noteworthy. Superman Red Son not being one of them. The Seven Dwarves. It's German. I might make a video about these films, because they are not good. Daybreak. Have not finished this series. Think it's a bit overrated. The World of Colors. This is a documentary I was forced to watch by my school. A Clockwork Orange. Also my first watch of that. Oh, I think I know what this was. My birthday in 2019. My godmothers gave me a Amazon gift card. And I bought a bunch of movies with it. Next up, The Bourne Ultimatum. So the last one was probably 2, and this is 3. Why does this have an 8? I didn't think it was that good. I can't remember anything. National Treasure, obviously. Nick Cage classic. RoboCop. This is a good one. I like this. Check out Carl Smallwood's Fact Fiend videos about RoboCop. Monk. This is a TV show I like. I used to watch it a lot a few years back with my mum. And every now and then I watch a few episodes here and there. The Journal, a post-apocalyptic short film. I think this is on YouTube. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. This is great. This is good cinema. Papa and Porters. It's a German comedy. It's not for everyone. For a Fistful of Dollars. I watched For a Fistful of Dollars in April. Interesting. Really fun Western. And I watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Not just a fun Western. This is a great film. The Game. David Fincher's... Did he make Panic Room first? David Fincher's second movie. I think it kind of suffers on rewatches, but the first time watching is definitely fun. Insomnia by Christopher Nolan. Also very underrated. In my opinion, this is one of the coolest Christopher Nolan films, even though it doesn't have like a lot of mind-bending thriller things. But it's definitely better than Tenet in the sense that I cared about this one. The Godfather, which I also watched, I think, on the attic, which was kind of fun. 28 days later. How long has it been since I watched it that last time? In January. I watched it at the end of January. About 3 months later. No, that's RoboCop. 3 months later. I'm disappointed of myself for watching the same movie again just a few months later. Taxi Driver, my first watch. Then, oh, here we go. Batman Forever. This is where I met up with those friends who did the Batman marathon with me. We met up again to watch the rest. We're bored, and we had Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. A bad TV had these DVDs and a few bottles of alcohol, which is a great time. Batman Forever is kind of on the bland side of things, but Batman and Robin kicks ass with how bad it is. So fun. It's kind of a guilty pleasure for... I'm not guilty. It's just, I think it's fun. I think it's fun, to be honest. It's terrible, but it's funny as fuck.
This movie is so bad that almost everyone involved with it has publicly apologized for it, including the director himself.
John Wick isn't terrible, though. John Wick's cool. John Wick's cool. Chapter 2. Chapter 3 kind of lose the emotional punch the first one had, but gain in cinematography. The second one looks gorgeous, but all in all, great action trilogy. Drive, one of my all-time favorites. I love Drive. It's good. Coco! A friend showed this to me, and I didn't expect it to be that good. I thought it's like it's just an animated like Pixar movie, but it's actually quite entertaining, quite good. Oh, The Hobbit. I was severely disappointed. I knew these weren't as good as The Lord of the Rings, but I was so bored. I was so bored all the way through. 7.8. I thought it can't be that bad. I thought it's not that terrible. It's just disappointing in comparison to some of the greatest films ever made. The original Lord of the Rings trilogy. But these do suck ass. So boring. You can't tell me that this is just as good as Halloween. These got the same IMDb score. Halloween is so much better than The Hobbit. Schindler's List. I watched this at my friend's place while he was at work. No, actually, he watched it with me. And then the next day, while he was at work, I watched Tears of the Sun with Bruce Willis. This is back when he still made movies. I mean, he does make he doesn't. This is back when Bruce Willis still cared, basically, but still not great. His performance was kind of flat, but there was a performance and he was on set. I'll link some video about Bruce Willis. American Horror Story Murder House Episode 1. That's, yeah, kind of the middle of the year. I love American Horror Story. Good television show. Check it out. Oh, Batman Hush. I read the comic, and it's by the same writer that wrote The Long Halloween, which is one of my favorite Batman books. If not the favorite. The Long Halloween is great. Batman Hush, the comic, disappointed me hard. The film, however, is, I don't know. It's nothing. They kind of changed something about the ending. While watching it, I was like, oh, this is different. Let's see where this goes. And had like a kind of, oh, this might be better than the book moment. But I don't remember both versions that well. I don't remember the endings. Anyway, American Horror Story. Shaun of the Dead. I wanted to make YouTube content for a while, and this is what I wanted to start off with by talking about the Cornetto trilogy. And I think I rewatched the entire trilogy for that and never got around to making the video. I still have the script and I still plan on doing that. Then Hot Fuzz right after it, my favorite out of the trilogy, The World's End a few days later. Great films, some of the most funny films I've seen in a while. YMS review, Kimba the White Lion. This is not something I expected to put on here. I watched it and it turned out to be 2.5 hours long. And then I just said, I'm not watching a movie today. I'll just slap that on there because it was at night at that point. I rewatched Seed of Chucky. I rewatched Seed of Chucky for some reason. It's so bad. It's so funny. Oh, this was at Mika's place. That was fun. I gotta go there again once it's allowed to go out. We watched a bunch of movies. We watched, yes, Seed of Chucky, and we did have a good time. Insidious, which I don't remember too much about it. It's by the guys who made Saw. In comparison to that, not that good. Okay, I'm editing part 2 of the video at the moment. And the longer I look at this picture, the weirder it gets to me. That hair, is that a toy watch? Pet Sematary, I don't know what to feel about this movie. A single episode of SpongeBob, which I strangely do remember, it was like one where they had like a burger thing. Hush, very boring to me. The concept, very good. But make a short film out of it. Maybe make it so the entire movie you don't hear anything. The main character is a deaf person, which would add way more to it. Then In the Tall Grass, I kind of enjoyed this while watching it, but it fell apart. I only enjoyed it because I thought it's gonna come together. The recording's gonna stop. Okay, where was I? In the Tall Grass. Yeah, Hush, other than the premise quite dull, fell flat. And In the Tall Grass, all in all, in the end, meh. Jaws the Revenge, though. What the hell? This movie. Michael Caine's in it. Check out Chris Stuckman's review of this movie. It's actually more entertaining than the movie itself, but still quite funny. Wounds. Terrible. Terrible. Boring mess. Didn't make any sense. I might make a video about this actually. My guy Mika, he just said, let's just see what Netflix recommends us. Don't watch Wounds. No. Jaws 3D though. We watched the first few minutes in 3D and got a headache, so we stopped. But the movie was fun. This is still a bad movie, but at least this one's fun. Then Spy Kids. I mean, it's not great, but it's a fun ride. Let's keep on going. Spy Kids 2. Not as good as the first one. Still, it's Spy Kids. I don't care when I watch Spy Kids. I said, listen, there's this spin-off about their uncle, Machete. I made them watch Machete Kills with me. The first Machete isn't on Netflix. I'm not okay with this. This actually is not a film, it's a TV show. Put it as a 2.5-hour runtime because it's quite short. I've seen longer movies than that entire TV show. Sadly got cancelled. It ended on a very, very open note, but never got finished. The Conjuring. I think when I watched this, I was back at my place, I was alone. Interested in what else James Wan had made. Because we watched Insidious, I was quite disappointed. It's full of stupid jump scares. Not a fan to be honest.